Hi, welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name's Robert. It's my friend Susan. We have a goal this month, Susan. What is that goal?
1,000 people to be subscribers to the Daily Dose on YouTube by Halloween.
Halloween. It sounds scary. Doesn't have to be. Right now, please like, subscribe.
Like,
Thank you.
subscribe, click, click.
That's it. Click, click. Hey, speaking of Halloween, do you have a favorite costume that you ever dressed up in? Was Halloween a big deal for you as a kid?
Yes. And I can picture it. I guess gosh, it was some kind of, I don't, it was kind of sexy. Not as a child, I mean, it was as an adult, but it wasn't
Sure, go
super
ahead.
sexy. Yeah, I just can't think of what this character would have been called. I will. As I was saying in our last episode, I do have Parkinson's and I blank out.
That's okay.
But as a little girl, yes. Oh, you know what? I have a couple favorite costumes.
Go ahead.
As a little girl, sorry, when my daughter Lauren, who was born in 1985, was, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something. I had this idea that I thought was the most fun idea ever, and it still is. And I've worn this costume multiple times as an adult. In the 80s, all the women had shoulder pads in their clothes. Well, I took them all out, but for some reason I kept them. And so I made this costume where my daughter was a shoulder padosaurus.
Shoulder Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'll go get the costume and put it on. It was so much fun, and I had a hat with more shoulder pads, and all the way down. It
Uh-huh.
was hilarious. And I made a sign that said "Shoulder Patasaurus," which
Here,
I
just to
think,
make sure.
just in case anybody wasn't really sure what she was.
You
I
know,
think the sign maybe embarrassed her. I'm not sure.
no, but T-Rex and Brachiosaurus used to do that too. They would actually wear signs, so the other dinosaurs would know exactly which one they were.
Yeah, it was a social graces to, yeah, broke
Absolutely,
the ice.
very
Nice ice
Jurassic
breaker.
manner.
And the other Halloween memory I have was that my girlfriends wanted to go out when we were 13. Well, I was the tallest girl not only among the girls in the 7th grade, but among the boys as well. I was the tallest kid in our class. I was not a small school, and the gym teacher who measured all of us made this big announcement, that Susan Ellen's time was, I was dying of embarrassment. Well, these girls wanted to go out on Halloween, and I just felt like I was too old, and we were too old, and so I dressed up as a hobo, and I was mortified the whole time I was out. I was just like, I shouldn't be here.
What did a hobo look like? Because I'm always interested in that
Kind
costume.
of, kind of patchwork kind of clothing and shabby and
Did you have
stuff.
the stick in the knapsack?
Yeah, that was the only thing that made it a hobo. Not even a word that's used much anymore.
No, a little bit of train grease, right? Because
Little
you're
dirt,
hopping.
right? Yeah,
Uh-huh. You're hopping
probably.
train to train.
How
That
about you? Did you
um,
have a favorite costume? Or
as a kid, my mom made this one costume. They're mostly homemade. That was what we did, kind of like your, shoulder patasaurus. Um, I loved Star Wars, like most kids of my era. And as a little guy, my mom, I don't know why I chose this character, but I chose to be a Jawa. Do you remember them? They're the little salesmen, the little junk men, basically, who sold R2D2 and C3PO to Luke and Uncle.
could there have been in a more obscure character? No, I don't
Right?
remember.
They had the little hoods on. And
Oh,
so
yeah, I do.
and I
Yeah.
was one of them, speaking a little gibberish and all that. And I would go around and I would, and I'd want people to say, "Hey, do you know what I am?" And I think I'm 7, 8 years old, and they'd go, "Are you a priest?" No, because we're wearing the whole hood and robe thing. And are you a monk? And I said, "I'm not a monkey." Because I didn't know what a monk was, and to get people, I'm a Jawa, and they'd be like, "Excuse me."
Right, exactly.
So
Really were a Star Wars nerd even when you were
I
a little
have
boy.
earned it. Yeah, yeah, no, all the way. So that was one of my favorite costumes, and this is one of my favorite endings of the Daily Dose of Dopamine. Make sure to like and subscribe. 1,000 by the end of
October, Halloween.